Okay. How far would you go to love someone? How much is a life worth? Many are lucky to never have to find the answers to these questions. But you weren't that lucky. Did your hero title protect your wife or your daughter? Someone from that village? Okay. It seems to me a title that only protected its own holder. Doesn't surprise me that you came to me. What is another sin for those who are already in hell? Yes, I'll fulfill your wish. I'm going to save the life of your daughter. I'll give you the strength to live for one more century. Will you protect her this time, Worm? Yes, I will. Her destiny is now in your hands, as it should be since her birth. Let me make sure. Got the music up. We do. Okay. You chose to come to me. How much is the girl's life worth? How many other lives are you willing to ruin for her sake? How many were needed? Great, the pact is signed. As long as she wants, she will live. And now you owe a debt to me. Soon your conviction will be tested. You must choose, and I already advanced. There are no right choices in this world. What becomes distant? Joe finds himself alone, bathed in endless darkness. The ground that he steps on is slimy and the smell of death, which he thought he was used to, stuns his sense of smell. The words spoken by the being echo in the darkness. Okay, that is loud. Let's turn it down just a little bit. Okay. Slowly his vision starts to come back. One more time. Joe is on his knees next to his daughter. Life starts to return for her small body. Her breathing stabilizes. Skin regains color and her eyes open shyly. Joe holds the hand of his daughter tightly. The blood bends in with the ashes left by fire. The eyes of the girl fill up with tears, and still weakening, she gets up to hug her father. I promise nothing more bad will happen to you. Tears start to run down the face of Joe. In the middle of a burning village, questions start to cross your mind. Who's responsible for the fire? Where is everyone? How was your daughter forgotten here? Faith, are you alright? How are you feeling? The girl starts to speak. Even before the end of the word, her eyes narrow in question and she backs off, scared. Joe turns his attention to the origin of the worry of the girl and sees two hooded figures walking in the street. They stop a few meters from Joe and his daughter. The girl, sacred, scared, I think, hides behind his father, still sobbing while the tears pour from her delicate face. Joe stands up and faces the two hooded figures. Who are you? What do you want? One of the hooded figures responds with a carefree tone. The voice seems to be female. Is the girl alright? She's not hurt, is she? You didn't answer my question. The hooded figures look at each other. Then the woman answers, approaching a few steps. We are concerned citizens. We were traveling when we saw the smoke of the fire. We arrived now and we decided to see what happened. Another hooded figure, this one with a masculine voice, complete. Really tragic what happened. Did you live here? Did you know what happened to the other dwellers? The girl tries to hold the cry and holds firm the hand of her father, shaking with fear. I have family here. I arrived in the morning and I found the village in ashes. I saw no one else but her. I understand. My friend here knows some medicinal treatment. You could take a look at your daughter. See if she's not hurt or anything, you know? The woman gets a few more steps closer. Joe tries to keep distance. A stirring feeling bothers him. His intuition doesn't let him believe in this. Not even a word, they say. I didn't see the need. I'm a hero, appointed by the king. I have medicinal knowledge too. I appreciate the intention, but you can follow your own way. Joe shows the emblem on his chest of his armor. Proves what he said. Cautiously, he took the spear that was on the ground and he was still walking away. But you know, it's always good to have a second opinion when it's about someone's health. We insist. The girl pulls around her father, trying to call his attention. Joe looks behind and sees across the road a hooded third approaching. His heart speeds up in nervousness. Whatever they want, it's not a good thing. Who are you? You already said. Just worry citizens. Joe points a spear to the hooded man that is alone, while observing the movement of the other two. The woman stops to approach. The man crosses his arms and starts tapping the ground impatiently. What do you want with my daughter? Since always I said to you, it is these damn hoods. No one will believe us with that. The woman gets two short swords, with a dark aspect. The blades seem cracked, and from its crack comes a fine mist. The other two remain unarmed, but on guard. They look experienced, and they hide very well their intentions and try to attract their victims with altruistic dialogue. But Joe knows to recognize murderers and criminals. The only thing that worries him is his daughter. Fight with tree experience murders, 3 experience murders at the same time. While he protects someone can be a problem, but put her away from his line of vision can be equally dangerous. Fate, listen to me. Look away from you, taking a step. That should be good, right? And I'm scared. No, but you need to be strong. Speak them together, right? The girl just nods her head, picks up a stone from the ground and holds it tight, based on our hope of winning there in her power. Was to help you. It mean no harm to the girl. But the woman in the hooded third stopped approaching. You're the ones who set the village on fire, weren't you? What was the point of all this? Their having stopped advances indicates a clue as to what they want. They will not attack for fear of hurting the girl. What they want, they need it healthy. Even if we told you, you wouldn't understand. It's privilege of the few. My privilege justifies ruining the lives of hundreds of people. Like I said, you wouldn't understand. Enough talk, Khan. Put them to sleep. Don't have all that. As you wish. The man named Han pulls a grimoire under his cloak. He starts chanting some words that sound incomprehensible to Joe. Then he rips a page from the grimoire, head consumed by greenish flames. Joe remains alert, prepared for any kind of onslaught. However, his daughter begins to stagger, presently on her father, but it's in vain. Her eyes close, she tries to fall. Joe is barely able to drop the spear and pick up his daughter. The girl's eyes look tired, her breathing weakens as she falls asleep. He resists the enchantment? Huh. What does that mean? I don't know. You should have fallen asleep too. Spellcaster. That's good to know. Joe carefully drops his daughter near a rock. There chooses a spear. He prepares to fight. Man said to be one of the heroes. His resistance to magic must be strong. And because he only uses a spear, he must be very well trained with it. The hooded third looks at Joe. That's sort of a strategist. They're so outnumbered. Support me. One draws 2 dark-looking short swords. Blades appear to be cracked, and from the cracks comes a fine mist. It's a magic weapon. The third remains barehanded, but keeps his guard up. Both the woman and the hooded man start hanging around Joe. Joe stands still, analyzing the scenery, the enemy movements, and the situation of his daughter. The woman advances in a quick lunge. She bursts the grip of one of the swords and prepares to make a horizontal blow, aiming for Joe's neck. Just a few meters away, Joe reacts. He buries his spear in the ground, raises it, throwing ash everywhere. The woman stops the onslaught and shields her eyes, the opening Joe needed. He takes a step, swings the spear above his head, and delivers a slashing vertical blow. Joe's blood mixes with the ash in the air. The woman's hood is torn and falls back. The woman appears to be an elf, in her mid-30s. Her hair short and blonde, as are her angry eyes. Even full, the blow was not effective. Joe looks in the direction of the caster. He rips another page and it burns in the air in the bluish flame. The third hooded man advances faster than the woman, putting himself between Joe and the caster. The hooded man throws a powerful punch. Joe manages to barely defend, but is thrown back with the force of the impact. He hits his back against a wall, then it collapses on top of him. Thanks, Yerk. Even though he's a hero, he's no big deal. Spirit called Yerk bends down and reaches out towards a child on the floor. Yerk, watch out. Joe's spirit quickly catches up to Yerk, causing him to retreat. Damn it. Yerk walks away and does the same, and then Joe emerges through the remains of the destroyed wall. You dare put your finger on my daughter. Joe staggers over to his daughter, and gash from his forehead draws a trail of blood down his face. His right shoulder is dislocated, but the determination in his eyes is enough to ward off enemies. Yerk, what are we gonna do? Let's go. It's not worth our time with him. And we will leave the girl behind? Have another chance, Marin. Get us out of here. Spellcaster claps his hands and the three begin to disappear. When Joe is sure he's alone, he passes out. Well, alone with his daughter, he passes out. You did a good job. Now rest. Son screams and cries for help wakes Joe from his sleep. He lifts his eyes to see the village in flames. People run around in desperation. Joe gets up to help and protect the villagers, but an inexplicable fear prevents his legs from moving. He looks at his eye and sees his house on fire. He runs as fast as he can. Flames consume the house with violence, but Joe doesn't care. He runs through the flames, desperate to get there in time. This time with the fire is faster. Lying in bed is his wife and her daughter, both dead. Joe falls to his knees. The house starts to crumble. People's screams get lower and lower. Fire starts to fade. Everything turns black and white. Everything is consumed. Joe is alone on the gray plain, devoid of life. Joe hears a muffled sound. Her. He walks through the ash in search of the source of the sound. Hero? A hand emerges from the ash and holds Joe by the leg. The person slowly emerges. His body is in the earth and incinerated. It's out of just two black holes. Where were you? Why didn't you help us? She holds Joe even tighter by the leg as she tries to reach his face with her other hand. You abandoned us. Left us for dead. It is not true. I swear I tried. Oh my god, his face is... Okay. Joe's eyes fill with tears as he stared into the emptiness of the woman's eyes. The person emerges from the ashes and grabs his arm. Help us, hero. We beg. Save us. Desperate, Joe tried to free himself, but it is in vain. More and more people emerge and pull Joe to the ashes. Forgive me. I swear I tried. I swear. Rome? Joe wakes up to on the sofa next to the fireplace. The heat and sound of the wood burning create a pleasant atmosphere in the room. Joe rubs his face and notices that the wounds on his hands have been treated. A female voice catches Joe's attention from across the room. Do you feel better? Where am I? Where's my daughter? Joe gets worried and anxious, looking around in search of the girl. Calm down. She's fine. She's in the backyard playing with my dogs. There. Joe runs in the direction indicated by the woman. He wonders as he sees his daughter running and being chased by two dogs. Thank heavens. Her name is Lena. The woman sends her hand to Joe, who just stares and walks away. Right. Where are we? In my house, in the middle of the forest. I was gathering some herbs when you showed up with the girl. At the time, I was kind of freaked out. You were pretty screwed up. As soon as you saw me, you fell to the ground. A little later, this girl woke up and told me in parts what happened to you. I'm sorry. The woman is silent, her eyes showing pity and concern. It's okay. Uncomfortable silence fills the room. It's occasionally broken by the sound of wood creaking, but it is Lena who speaks first. You must be tired and hungry. You and your daughter can make yourself comfortable. Most will be out in a few minutes. Lena leaves the room and goes to another room. Through the window, he can see the sun through the clouds. More or less a day has passed. Looking at his clothes, Joe realizes that they are all torn and dirty. He watches his daughter outside for a moment. In the rest of a quiet afternoon with his family, he rushes his mind and a tear runs down his cheek. Joe leans against the wall, covering his face with one of his hands. Forgive me, Elena. wasn't able to protect any of you. A few weeks pass by. Halloween approaches, people start to get nervous. Every year, wonder is more severe. And every year, the kingdom's savings get lower. Joe walks through the village streets with what little gold he has left. His destination is a herbalist shop. Faith recently got a bad cold and barely gets out of bed during the day. The village is poor and the governor has raised tax rates. Many are homeless this year. They don't stand a chance to survive in the winter. A pitiful looking man emerges from one of the dark alleys and approaches Joe. Excuse me, sir. When you have some coin to share with me? This man smells bad and is very thin. He wears a low-worn uniform, characteristic of someone who works in the region's mines. I have a daughter, sir. She is hungry and cold, and they asked enough to buy a plate of food or a decent coat. I see the crest on the breastplate of your armor. You're a hero, aren't you? Please help me. You share what little good we have left. You might run out of her medicine. Joe's spirit speaks telepathically with him, contrary for her to give advice and open on her companion's choices. Take them. I understand your pain, but here, buy her a good coat. Winter promises to be very harsh. As for the food, in the village to the north, there is a church that distributes food to the needy. God, thank you so much. Thank you so much. May the blessings of Agrat enlighten you. Your mind's closed, it is possible to find work in this region. Your mind's not operational? This is the main source of income in the region. And therefore more details. Nobody really knows. They found something in the deepest parts. The Baron found out about it, and since then it's been forbidden to approach there. Weird. What did they find in mine? The Baron forbade them to even come close to it. So, excuse me, sir, I have to go home. And again, thank you very much. Of course, of course. Double team's on his way to the herbalist. Late at night, but luckily the door remains open. The door has a fresh and natural smell. Fields are full of herbs, plants, and roots of all kinds. Joe walks looking for a specific root. He says it's the best remedy for colds like Faith's. It doesn't take long for Joe to find the root, but his price seems to have increased. What do I do now? The girl needs it. You brought what you had. It's not your fault the village economy is plummeting. What are you suggesting, Azar? Ray? You understood my touch as well, friend. He looks around, pondering the idea. No one around. Shop door is still open. No one would even know you walked into the store. Steal it. Sorry. Jill takes the root and leaves the store. Just as Red predicted, no one notices. He heads back to Lena's house. A few minutes on horseback though, through the forest, he finally arrives. Seems the girl must follow in her father's footsteps. What do you mean? Jill walks around the house and sees her daughter struggling with a short sword. She swings the weapon from side to side, making a huge effort to lift it. What are you fighting against? The girl is startled and drops the sword in the middle of a rotating movement. The weapon flies away and falls into a bush. Dad? Okay, she's coughing a lot. Joe goes to his daughter and covers her with his cloak. What are you doing so late with a sword in your hand? Rather, where did you get that sword? Caught her in your stuff. In that big chest. Cough, cough. You unlocked that chest and stole my sword? I didn't steal, I just borrowed a little. I will return it. Alright, I believe you. Let's go inside. I want you to get worse. Where is Lena? Let's see, we'll save. Just make sure we don't lose our progress. She slept a few minutes after you left for the afternoon. The girl walks across the room and pulls out a chair to sit down. Still coughing. Shouldn't have gone out so late. Your cold will get worse now. I'm sorry. Joe starts packing things to prepare the medicine. First, he lights the fireplace with some wood. While the fire heats the room, he puts water to boil. How long are we gonna live with Lena? I miss home. I know, honey, I miss home too. But we're not going back there. Realized sadness, she watches the fire in the fireplace. Can't lie to her. Didn't give her false hope, and it's gonna get worse when she finds out. It's good that she knows. A drink hope will bring nothing but pain into her life. Exactly. Azrath's words really true, so it crosses Joe's mind. It's really fair that the girl is still so young and have to get used to an unfair world. Joe continues making tea while her daughter watches the fire. The ground root fills the room with a fresh, natural scent. Joe takes some more herbs and adds them to the mix, finding everything in a bowl. Then the already boiling water is poured into the bowl with the paste. Joe blows on the mixture for a few moments, takes a small sip, and then hands the bowl to his daughter. You can go to sleep. Won't do any good. Take medicine if you're going to stay up late in the cold. Girl drinks, crying from the bitterness. Gets up, drops the bowl on the table, and gives Joe a tight hug. Love you, Daddy. Cough, cough. Joe returns the hug to her hug for a few moments. The girl leaves the room and goes up to her room. What are you gonna do, Joe? The cigarettes haven't shown their faces for weeks. May not even get out of the hole they're hiding in. Taking the pact. Joe taken to the pact with Hangman really shook you up, isn't it? Never seen you so aggressive. Joe clenches his fist as he watches the last flames of the fire die in the fireplace. You arrived late. Lena walked downstairs while wearing a wool blanket over her casual attire. Sorry for the noise. I was just thinking out loud. Woman just nodded and waves her hand in indifference. Got the root then. It's one way or another. Lena narrows her eyes for a moment, but his hands and doesn't ask about it. You're gonna spend the night chopping wood again? I have to. Can't let you spend everything you have for our sake. It's been a lot. I need to at least help with something. Still, I hardly see you sleeping. You can get sick if you keep this up. I appreciate the concern, really, but I'm fine. Joe forces a smile in hopes of convincing Lena, although it's not effective. She gives up on the argument and lets him do what she thinks is right. Okay, I think we played a bit long enough. Screw it, we'll keep going. Alright, so the trail through the night feels cold. The gray clouds carry a bitter melancholy. Melancholy? Yeah. Next to the log where Joe left his axe, he sees a group of insects huddled together. From the way they crawl together reminds Joe of the homeless in the village. They gather in their own filth for the vague hope of surviving another winter. He pushes the nauseating image out of his mind and then picks up his axe. Joe spends hours chopping logs for firewood. He moves exaggerated and imbued with unnecessary force. Sound of the forest subside as the dawn progresses. The cold intensifies and a cloud covers the moonlight. Joe starts gathering, stacking firewood he has cut in the space close to the house. The sun starts to bother. The sound of his footsteps starts to get louder. Even still and holding his breath, the footsteps continue. The wind makes the leaves on the trees sway and the cloud moves faster. The moonlight then illuminates the place once more. Joe takes the courage and looks around him. That was cast by the deepest part of the forest deceive his eyes, demonstrating demons and surreal creatures. Joe grips the handle of his axe and swallows hard. The footsteps continue, getting closer and closer, but there is nothing in sight but shadows. His heart races and the bead of sweat falls from his face. His free hand starts to shake as the footsteps get closer. Joe takes a step back and raises the axe. Footsteps stop for a moment and begin to move away. Joe holds his breath until the sound of footsteps becomes inaudible. Panting, he lowers the axe and relaxes his muscles. Looking at the pile of logs, Joe is satisfied. He turns toward the house and freezes. The shadows cast by the moonlight are still with the axe raised. Joe's eyes widen, his pulse races and his legs freeze. Shadow appears to stare at Joe. The axe poised to strike his chest. Without understanding what is happening, Joe takes an involuntary step back. Cal controls movements of Joe's legs. He walks backwards until he enters part of the forest, where the shadow merges into one. Joe moves his legs on his own, with a mixture of caution and nervousness. He slowly walks back to the moonlit field. Since the shadow plays on the ground, it looks normal. What the hell is happening to me? Like that sleep is making you see things that aren't actually reality? Maybe? Before Joe walks away, he hears a melodic and soothing sound that echoes shyly through the forest. The rest of him seems to be washed out of his body, and Joe feels lighter, but also strangely drawn to the sound. We got no choice but to follow the sound. Joe can't resist. He hasn't felt this peace in his chest for a long time. The thought of letting this feeling go scares Joe. He walks through the forest with no source of light, using only the melody as a guide. Like a playful child, the melody plays tricks on Joe, hiding from time to time to watch Joe look for his origin in insect-filled logs, under heavy rocks and behind allergy-causing vines. But when it returns, the melody rewards Joe, satisfied with the game, and seduces his senses. He feels gentle hands touch his face fondly, a brief flash of warmth, warding off the cold and the light. Fragrant scent delight his nose. Suddenly the melody seemed to drift away. The shy sound is overwhelmed by barbaric laughter and the male singing without rhythm or beauty. Ignore them. They don't deserve your attention. I'm resting my arms, Joe. Melody converses with Joe, struggling to regain his attention. Shut the camp. The melody is suspicious. Very sus. Joe decides to ignore the melody's request and made his way to what appears to be a campground. Three men drink and eat happily, but that Joe thinks is rare in this region. Don't even notice Joe approaching. It's fine. Joe hides behind a tree and some bushes. No doubt you got him right. Joe picks up the conversation in the middle and is out of context, but still remains hidden. Alright, guys, now I'm serious. Who's the hottest in... Men burst out laughing again. Damn it. What has this Igor gotten himself into? Surely you heard a strange sound. No, that wasn't it. The man seemed to be struggling to remember the word. A song, that's it. It was melody, the ignorant one. Men burst out laughing again. Why didn't you say it first then? It's just that I only remembered after you said it. I do not care anymore. I will eat his share. It's not fair. You have to share it with us. And who said that I'm the one who bought the chicken. I was the one who got a discount. I was the one who killed that old man. Men are silent for a few seconds and then start laughing once more. Face he made. Please, I have a starving daughter. Everyone knows he's an enunce. I don't even know where he was going with this story. Thieves. Well, they're still common thieves, but it seems they no longer care about killing. Guess we're gonna render them? Shoot. Whatever that means. Can't run. Joe showed himself to the thugs wielding his axe. There was a man, but the old man had lied to me. Realizing that it was expected, Joe raises his guard. You mean you killed innocent people in exchange for a little gold? He's thinking he's a warrior of justice. The men laugh in derision. Look, friend, now you came from the capital and you had to follow orders and all that litany, but friend, the world is not like that. Yeah, I know that well. So if you don't surrender, I'll have to put an end to it. Men are silent, clearly not expecting an answer like that. Calm down, friend. We're here to talk. A job opportunity. There's nothing you can offer me to join you. You don't have to join us if you want to. You have everything yourself. The man slapped by one of his companions. It's a problem that is affecting the entire village. The mines are closed. Our population suffers from the fall of capital. We just want you to take a look at what's at the bottom of the mines. If it's something dangerous you can kill, then you need to give us space to go in and get some reward for acting first. I see. You want me to clear the way for you to enjoy and keep the loot. It's a way of seeing. How much do I earn? Half of what we get. This will probably be good for our daughter, honestly. Alright, so we gonna accept. We're good, you won't regret it, I guarantee it. There are approaches to find out more, but actually in a very simple plan. Clear planning is not one of their great skills. Okay. So we're gonna commence that plan, but unfortunately it's been about half an hour of me recording. I do have to end it here. This apparently is a demo, but I mean it's pretty good so far. So this is, I honestly cannot pronounce the title for this game, but as you can see, it's different, it's unique. Let me read the actual like description. Joe is an old and experienced hero who, after losing his family, enters a completely unknown world full of demons and dark mysteries. You only have 3 things left: magical spear, heckling mysterious entity, and your daughter, Fate. So, in a world that has no right choices, only the least bad ones. You'll be able to play with Fate to find a happy ending for your daughter. Hopefully. That's what we're trying to do. So, honestly, this game is really nice. I might finish it, honestly, on my own time, honestly. But if you want to play this game for yourself, to see the ending, of course, everything for this game will be in the description below for y'all to try it. If you like this video, of course, don't hesitate to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And with that being said, yeah, I'm not going to pronounce the title. Okay, I'm sorry. But hopefully y'all had a good day, a good yesterday, and better tomorrow. And I will catch y'all in the next video.